Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do a deep dive into manifesting money.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at this YouTube video by this mindset coach, Mary Kate, and she says she can activate our minds to attract wealth
Okay.
using, law of attraction, affirmations, all that.
Yeah. Manifesting, it can be a bit controversial.
Yeah.
But I mean, for this deep dive, I think we should just go into it with an open mind, you know? Explore the technique she's talking about, and we'll see if there's any evidence to back it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's so interesting? She actually suggests that after this activation process that she walks viewers through, they should start seeing gold coins everywhere.
What?
Yeah,
Like everywhere.
like on TV and pictures, even in real life. So I don't know, have you ever had anything like that where you intensely focus on something and then you start seeing it everywhere?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like when
Yeah.
you buy a new car and then suddenly you see that same car everywhere. Right. Exactly. It's like, was it always there, or is it like it's just because I'm thinking about it more?
Right. So, I mean, it's a bold claim, but it really speaks to that idea that our minds can, in some way, influence our reality, which is, a core principle of that whole law of attraction thing.
Yeah.
But before we jump into all of that,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be helpful to start by unpacking her concept of resistance, which she argues is basically our subconscious beliefs about money that we've kind of picked up over time.
Yeah.
And that those beliefs can block us from manifesting wealth.
Yeah. And to overcome this resistance, she offers a free workbook. It's linked in her video description.
Okay.
And it's designed to help us identify and clear these money blocks, which, sounds like a pretty classic self-help strategy.
Yeah,
You identify the limiting beliefs and then you work on changing them.
totally.
But is there actually any scientific basis for this? Like, can our subconscious programming actually affect our financial outcomes?
That's the million-dollar question. Right.
I mean, while research hasn't really established a direct causal link, the power of belief and self-fulfilling prophecies is pretty well documented in psychology.
Yeah.
If we think we're going to be broke, if we believe that we're destined to struggle financially, we might unconsciously make choices that reinforce that belief.
Right. Yeah.
But believing in our ability to attract wealth, that could lead to more, proactive and confident financial decisions.
Yeah. So our mindset might not magically make money appear, but it could influence our actions in ways that have an impact on our financial outcomes.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to the actual activation part.
Yeah.
She uses this two-part process. Viewers repeat affirmations with her and then repeat them again after using the workbook to clear resistance.
Got it.
And so this is where the idea of repetition comes in, this psychological principle.
Right.
By repeatedly affirming these statements like, I don't know, money is just easy for me.
Yeah.
The idea is to rewire our thinking and create new neural pathways associated with abundance.
Okay.
We actually have a clip of Mary Kate saying one of these affirmations. Should we listen?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
So she really emphasizes saying it with this sense of knowing it's already true. Do you think that's an important part of the technique?
Yeah, it could be. By stating these affirmations as if they're facts rather than wishes or hopes, we might be kind of tricking our minds into accepting them more readily.
Oh, okay.
But, studies on affirmations have shown mixed results.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some suggest that they can be helpful for sure, but they're the most effective when they're, when they're combined with actions that actually support the desired outcome.
Right. So just repeating I'm rich over and over again.
Right.
Probably won't work unless you're also improving your financial literacy, looking for new opportunities, managing your money effectively, all of that.
Exactly. It's about aligning your actions with your desired beliefs.
If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
Okay, so she also really emphasizes this idea of mastermind energy.
Oh, okay.
And she suggests that a group of people focusing on the same intention kind of amplifies the manifestation process. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, that idea taps into the whole concept of collective consciousness and shared belief systems.
Yeah.
And, sociologically speaking, we know that groups can influence individual behavior, right?
Right.
And that they can create these really powerful social norms. So is it possible that the shared belief in abundance could create a self-reinforcing feedback loop where people in the group are all supporting each other's financial success?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. It's a very interesting possibility.
Yeah, it reminds me of that idea that, like, if you surround yourself with successful people, their mindsets and habits can rub off on you.
But in this case, it's like a virtual group connected by this shared intention to manifest money.
Right, exactly. It's kind of harnessing the power of, I don't know, collective intention, whether or not we can, scientifically measure its impact.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about this idea of priming the reticular activating system.
The what?
It's also called the RAS,
Okay.
which is another concept that she talks about in the video.
Okay.
And she says that it's like our brain's filter for what we notice. So by like creating a personalized statement about abundance and repeating it throughout the day, we can shift our focus toward like opportunities that we might have otherwise missed.
Okay, so the RAS, this is a real part of the brain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And its job is to like help us filter out irrelevant information and focus on what's important.
Right.
So if we're consciously focusing on abundance, we might be more likely to actually notice opportunities related to, money or whatever we're trying to manifest.
It's kind of like, yeah, when you buy a new car and suddenly you see that same car everywhere.
Right.
It was always there. You just weren't paying attention to it.
It's a selective attention, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So she's basically suggesting to use this principle to train our brains to notice and, attract money-making opportunities.
Got it.
So, like, say you're trying to manifest a new job.
Yeah.
If you're constantly, like, repeating this statement in your head, I'm attracting amazing job offers.
Right.
You might start paying more attention to job postings or networking events or even just conversations about career changes.
Right. You're kind of priming your brain to be on the lookout for anything related to your goal.
Yeah, exactly. And this ties into another concept, which is changing automatic thought patterns. Which sounds like a huge task. Our thoughts can feel so ingrained, especially when it comes to something like money.
Yeah.
Can we really change how we think about it?
Well, cognitive science suggests it's definitely possible, but it takes work, like consistent effort.
Right.
Think of it like you're trying to create a new path through a forest, right?
Yeah.
The first few times you walk it, it's overgrown, it's difficult. But the more you use it, the clearer and easier it becomes.
So, by repeatedly focusing on positive thoughts and beliefs about money, we can gradually weaken those old negative pathways and strengthen the new, abundant ones.
Right. It's about consciously directing our attention and, shaping our thoughts over time.
Okay, now let's circle back to the whole gold coins.
Oh, yeah, the gold coins.
So she uses these gold coins as a sign that the activation is working.
Okay.
But it's a pretty specific and strange choice, don't you think?
Yeah, it is kind of random.
Yeah, so is it selective attention, confirmation bias,
Yeah.
or like something else entirely?
Right, because confirmation bias, that's that tendency to, to favor information that just confirms our existing beliefs.
Right.
So if we're already expecting to see gold coins everywhere, we might be more likely to notice them and then interpret them as proof that, the manifestation is working.
Right. But, is there any harm in looking for these signs, even if there's no concrete evidence to support them?
I think it depends how seriously you take it, right? If it adds a little fun to your day, sure, why not? But if it leads to irrational decisions, especially with your money,
Right.
that's a different story.
Yeah, for sure. It's about finding that balance between, being open-minded, but also thinking critically.
Exactly.
Okay, so to recap, her approach to manifesting money kind of combines all of these different things: affirmations, clearing limiting beliefs, harnessing collective energy, and priming our brains to notice opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of, psychology, self-help, and maybe even a touch of spirituality.
It is an interesting mix, yeah. And while some aspects might seem a little far-fetched, there are definitely elements that are rooted in established psychological principles.
Yeah, absolutely. So even if we don't totally buy into the concept of manifesting, could there still be value in consciously shifting our mindset and, paying more attention to opportunities?
Oh, absolutely. Whether you call it manifesting or positive thinking or just being proactive,
Yeah.
there's no denying the power of belief and focused attention.
Yeah, totally.
For sure. It's interesting how that image of the gold coins can become this focal point for manifestation. But beyond that, there's a lot to think about here about the psychology of money, how our beliefs can influence our financial reality.
Totally. And, we talked about how our mindset plays a role, but What about the actual science behind it? Is there research that shows a connection between our thoughts, emotions, and our financial behavior?
Yeah, there's definitely a growing body of research on that. I mean,
Right.
while there's obviously no guarantee that just changing your mindset is going to make you rich, there's definitely evidence to suggest that our thoughts and emotions do play a role in our financial decisions. For example, like if you're constantly stressed and anxious about money, that can lead to impulsive spending,
Right.
or even like avoiding dealing with your finances at all, which can obviously lead to problems.
Yeah, and it's just like a cycle, right? You're stressed about money, so you make bad decisions, and then you're even more stressed.
Exactly. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of cultivate a sense of abundance and believe in your ability to manage money effectively, you're probably more likely to make, more sound financial decisions.
Yeah.
Look for opportunities, build long-term wealth. It's not just about attracting money, it's about developing a healthy relationship with it.
Right.
And that involves, addressing those deep-seated beliefs and emotional patterns that we've all kind of picked up over time.
Yeah, so it's like shining a light on those subconscious scripts that have been running in the background without us even realizing it. Yeah.
Totally. And rewriting those scripts can involve a lot of different techniques, affirmations, visualizations, even therapy, mindfulness. It's about finding what works for you and committing to that inner work.
Right. Okay. But, we've talked a lot about this internal work, but what about all those external factors that we can't control?
Yeah.
Things like systemic inequalities, economic downturns, even just unexpected life events that can, like, throw a wrench in even the most well-thought-out plan.
Right. I mean, obviously, while we have some control over our mindset and actions, we don't have complete control over external circumstances.
Yeah.
That's where, resilience and adaptability come in.
Right. So, like, resilience to bounce back from setbacks, adaptability to adjust your plans when needed.
Yeah.
And I think, community support is huge, too.
Huge. That can come from family and friends, financial advisors, even therapists or support groups. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and can offer guidance and encouragement is so important.
Yeah, and sometimes it might even mean seeking out professional help.
Definitely.
Like if you're really struggling with debt or you have a lot of anxiety around finances, there's no shame in reaching out to a financial therapist or a counselor. They can help you navigate those challenges and build a more secure future. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
Absolutely.
Okay, so while the idea of manifesting money might seem, I don't know, appealing, it's important to be realistic, right? Mindset matters, but so does taking practical steps.
Right.
Building healthy financial habits, seeking support when you need it.
And remembering that financial well-being, it's a journey. It's not like you reach this destination and then you're done.
Yeah.
It's about making consistent progress, learning from your mistakes, celebrating your successes.
Have you ever had an experience where, like, shifting your mindset actually led to a positive change in your finances?
I have. When I was first starting out in my career, I had a lot of limiting beliefs about money. I was like, I'm just not good with money. I'm always going to be broke, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
But then, I don't know, I started reading books about personal finance. I started practicing gratitude for the money I did have. And it was amazing how that gradually started to shift my mindset.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it really made a difference in, how I was making financial decisions. I felt better overall.
So you actually, took those insights and put them into action. You didn't just think about it. You actually made changes.
Yeah, exactly. I started actually budgeting. I started saving, investing. And it was for the first time, I felt in control of my finances. It wasn't about manifesting millions overnight. It was about changing my relationship with money and believing in my ability to manage it well.
That's really inspiring. And you know what? It's a journey that we can all take, regardless of where we're at financially.
Definitely.
It starts with awareness and then, action and believing that we actually can improve our situation.
Well said. And it's funny how this ties back to Mary Kate's idea of that mastermind energy, right? Even though, for me, my mindset shift started as an individual effort, connecting with other people who had similar goals, similar values, it definitely amplified my progress.
Right, because having that supportive community can provide accountability,
Totally.
encouragement, even just new perspectives that you might not have considered on your own.
Exactly. So I think while individual mindset is obviously important, that collective energy of a group can be really powerful.
Yeah. And it makes me think about all the different ways we can create that kind of
Yeah.
mastermind energy in our lives.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be limited to like a specific online group or program.
Right. I mean, we can find it in our existing networks, maybe with friends or family members who have similar financial aspirations. Or we can seek out new communities online or in person,
Hmm.
you know, groups that focus on financial literacy or entrepreneurship or investing, whatever you're interested in.
Yeah, the key is just surrounding yourself with people who inspire you and challenge you to grow and, support you on your journey.
For sure. And I think it's important to remember that it's a two-way street.
Right.
We have to be willing to offer that same level of support and encouragement to others.
That's a really good point. So it's really about building a strong financial foundation. And it's about more than just individual effort. It's about creating a collective energy where we all rise together.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And it brings us back to the heart of Mary Kate's message, which is that we all have the power to create the financial reality we desire. Whether we fully embrace her specific techniques or not, I think there's something undeniably inspiring about that belief.
It is inspiring. It makes you think bigger and
Mm.
step outside your comfort zone and just believe that maybe financial abundance is possible.
Yeah. And sometimes all it takes is that little spark of belief to ignite a fire within us.
Totally. So as we keep exploring this idea of manifesting money, let's just keep that sense of possibility alive. Let's be open to new ideas and, seek out those supportive communities and just take those courageous steps towards creating the financial future that we want.
Absolutely. And let's not forget to have fun along the way, right?
Yeah, definitely. Who knows? Maybe we will start seeing those gold coins everywhere.
Now that would be a sign.
So welcome back to the deep dive. We've been kind of exploring this whole world of manifesting money.
Yeah.
From those specific techniques that Mary Kate talked about to like the whole psychology of wealth. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but I think, one of the main takeaways here is that while manifesting might seem kind of mystical, there are actually practical elements that we can use to improve our relationship with money and potentially, attract more abundance into our lives.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the most powerful tools that we have is our mindset. Like by becoming aware of those limiting beliefs, challenging those negative thought patterns and just consciously focusing on what we want, we can actually start to shift our financial reality in a positive direction.
It's not magic,
Yeah,
right? It's about aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the outcomes that we actually want to create in our lives.
and it does take work, changing those ingrained beliefs, habits. It takes time, it takes effort. But with that consistency and the right support, we can definitely create positive change in our financial lives.
And remember, we don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, that's so important.
There are so many resources available: financial advisors, therapists, online communities, books, podcasts. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, tons of stuff out there. And sometimes even just talking about it with a trusted friend or family member can be so helpful.
Totally. Just to kind of get it out there,
Yeah.
release some of that shame, feel more empowered to take action.
Sharing our experiences and learning from others, that can be so valuable.
Hmm.
It makes me think about Mary Kate talking about that collective energy and that whole mastermind concept.
Right.
I wonder if we can create that kind of supportive energy in our own lives beyond just, watching a video.
Totally. What if we created our own little mini mastermind groups, but focused on financial well-being?
Yeah, I love that idea.
Right.
We could meet up regularly, share goals, support each other through challenges, celebrate successes. I think it'd be a really powerful way to stay, motivated and accountable. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
For sure. It doesn't have to be anything formal or complicated.
Yeah.
Just get a few friends together who are interested in improving their financial lives, maybe meet once a month or something.
Right. Just share tips and resources, offer encouragement.
Exactly. It's about creating that safe space to talk about money openly and honestly, learn from each other, hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I love it. So as we wrap up this deep dive into manifesting money, I want to leave everyone with this thought. What if, instead of focusing on, attracting money itself, we focused on attracting the things that money can help us achieve?
Ooh, that's good.
Right. What if we focused on attracting fulfilling work or meaningful experiences or, financial security or maybe the ability to give back to our communities?
Right, because by shifting our focus from the money itself to the underlying values and goals that it represents, we might actually find that the money just naturally follows.
Totally. And even if it doesn't, we're still living a richer, more meaningful life. It's about aligning our financial goals with our deepest values and creating a life that just feels truly abundant.
I love that. That's a goal worth striving for.
Right.
For sure.
Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of manifesting money. We hope this episode has sparked some new ideas and, inspired you to take a look at your own relationship with wealth.
Yeah.
It's a journey, not a destination. And by taking action, seeking support, and cultivating a positive mindset, you can create the financial future that you want.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe you will start seeing those gold coins everywhere you look.
Now, that would be a sign.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving towards that life of your dreams.